Hello, this is Ask DeFacto program. We will update you on COVID-19 and economic situation in Mongolia by today, November 30th, 2020. I haven't done this update for the last 3 days as there were only statistics of additional infections in the country. So I will wrap up for the last 3 days what happened with COVID-19 infection in Mongolia. For last 3 days, we have additional 48 cases. It is based on the government press conference organized by Ministry of Health and State Emergency Commission. So there's 48 cases in UB, in capital city 12, Silingamag, northern border Aimag, with Russia 22, Darkhan, another second largest city on the way in between Ulaanbaatar and Siling, additional 11, and Dornqabi, additional 3. Other two Aimags, Orkhon, Qabi Sumber, are not affected with additional cases, and 2 new cases in Arkhanga Aimag. It is under control, as it is because of the food supply truck driver who came to his own sum, but single sum of Arkhanga Aimag, and he had infected his child. So we have 2 additional or new epicenter of this coronavirus in Mongolia. 8 now, or clusters we call it now, 8, and there's total 348 cases in Mongolia of coronavirus infection, and it's out of total 791. The balance, the remaining is transported from abroad by special mission flights since March this year. Still, we should admit that there are a lot of Mongolians who really requesting to organize that flights to take flights to come back to Mongolia. So all this, for example, Ulaanbaatar 77 cases are under control. Those who identify for the last few days are from their first contact. So there is according to the cabinet, it's a strong control of the COVID. The cabinet of the ministers or the government had irregular meeting yesterday in the evening, and they are now extending nationwide emergency readiness. It's a second degree of readiness for another 10 days till December 11th in 3 areas: Ulaanbaatar city, Arkhanga Aimag, and Silingamag, where the spread COVID-19 is not yet ended, still existing. The rest, where there is no additional spread or no spread at all other Aimags will be back to the 3rd degree of readiness, which is called advanced emergency readiness. So it means businesses and activities except public events, schools, kindergarten, and entertainment will be run in these places as normal, however under the high infection control. But yesterday the cabinet had added new businesses to open, which includes printing, packaging, wood processing and construction materials plants, and distribution services, e-trading and banking businesses. Still, they need to have state registration under this control, and each should have QR code, meaning that those employees under this organizations to have these QR codes. So this 18 businesses are added to previously permitted 16 businesses, which included food supply chain, disinfection and sterilization places, livestock fodder suppliers, and hospitals, courts and prosecutions, pharmacies, power stations, communications and media, etc. So there were 16 businesses previously admitted. But however, there is still, people find still overarching the whole restriction of businesses. Now businesses, the people's movement in between IMAX and Ulaanbaatar are still restricted. And within IMAX, between Somons, the traffic of people, the transport of people are allowed, not between IMAX. Another additional allowance or permission was given yesterday to sales of alcohols under 17 degrees, basically wine and beers, amid poisoning with illegal products. Well, still the people find it's overarching because economic situation in the country is not that good. The country, in general, businesses and government are in a big debt. Debt to economy ratio is almost 3. If you take all foreign debt of the country, including private sector, the government alone has 70% debt ratio. So still we are to be in a position to control that foreign debt. Whatever circumstances, we justify the foreign additional borrowing. So on the other side, there is a little report on the efficiency of uses of all resources, including foreign assistance and budget money due to COVID-19, which is a big social media demand of people to get government hold responsible for efficient use of all the money that we need to pay later on. Also, another concern in Mongolia was this volunteer-free testing, which is causing some questions because people are not keeping social distances. They are queuing, just standing just one after one. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, from today in some places there are 28 places in Ulaanbaatar city where you can take free test. So from today it looks like more people keeping social distance than before, because we have some 10,000 or so police and police, including soldiers, helping to keep that social distance and control and traffic restriction in Ulaanbaatar city. That's so far my update about COVID-19 and economic situation in Mongolia. And if there is any interesting thing happens by tomorrow, I will give you update by this time tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching.